Why is Wagyu beef up to 20x more expensive than regular steak? Hello, buddy. Today I will let you taste a dish with an exorbitant price. This steak looks like art, but costs more than a gold necklace. Why? Welcome to the hidden world of Wagyu, where cows live better than most humans, and each one can be worth up to $30,000. But is it all just luxury branding, or is there real science behind the sizzle? It's just a steak, right? But this one costs $300. For a single serving, that's more than a fancy date night, more than a flight to Tokyo, more than most of us would ever think of paying for something that disappears in a few bites. So why does it exist? And who in the world is spending this kind of money? Welcome to the world of Wagyu, where cows are pampered like royalty, where every step from birth to butcher is controlled with surgical precision, and where one cow can be worth as much as a luxury car. At all marketing? Hype? Or is there actually real science behind the sizzle? Today, we're taking you behind the scenes of a Kobe beef ranch, busting some of the wildest Wagyu myths you've heard online, and revealing a Wagyu breed so rare, it makes Kobe look common. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at a steak the same way again. Alright, before we dive into steak sizzling and cattle pampering, let's clear up the biggest beef-related confusion on the internet. Not all Wagyu is Kobe, but all Kobe is Wagyu. Wagyu simply means Japanese cow, but not just any cow. Raised in Japan gets to wear that fancy name tag. There are 4 official Wagyu breeds. Japanese black, the most common, and where Kobe comes from. Japanese brown, Japanese shorthorn, Japanese polled. Now here's the juicy part. To be considered Kobe beef, the cow has to be a Taijima-strained Japanese black, born, raised, and processed in Hyogo Prefecture, Japan. No exceptions. If it's not from Hyogo and it's not Taijima, it's not Kobe. Think of it like champagne. It's only called that if it comes from the Champagne region in France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling wine. And then there's the grading. Japanese beef is ranked on 2 things: yield grade, A, B, or C. How much meat you get. Quality grade, 1 through 5. How beautiful that marbling looks. So that mythical A5 Wagyu. It's the highest possible score. Think, meat perfection. And yes, Kobe beef must be A4 or A5 to even be allowed the name. This isn't just farming. It's cow pampering on a luxury level. Here, each cow has its own feeding schedule, daily, health checks, and even personalized living quarters. Some ranchers even play calming music in the background to keep the mood mellow. What's on the menu? Well, it's not just grass and hay. A single Wagyu cow eats 8 to 10 kilograms of custom formulated feed every single day. That includes a blend of rice straw, barley, corn, soybeans, and, wait for it, tofu byproducts. Some of these feed formulas are trade secrets. Ranchers fine-tune them over decades to get just the right marbling. And it doesn't come cheap, $20 per cow per day, just on feed. That's over $7,000 a year per cow. And we're not even counting vet care, space, or labor. They sleep on clean rice straw bedding, breathe filtered air, and get hoof maintenance that rivals most humans' pedicures. At this point, you might be wondering, is this still a farm or a bovine resort? If reincarnation is real, being reborn as a Wagyu cow might not be the worst gig in the US. A cow's ready for market at about 18 months. But in the world of Wagyu, that's just halfway there. From birth to butcher, a Wagyu cow takes nearly 3 years to raise. And it's not just time, it's money, space, and obsession. 0 to 6 months. The baby stage, it all starts here, with a fluffy, wide-eyed calf that could fit in the back of a minivan. These babies are bottle-fed a special milk replacer several times a day by hand. No cold barns or crowded pens. Think clean, quiet stalls, soft bedding, and gentle human contact. From day one, stress is the enemy, because stress means tougher meat. So every moo, every sneeze is monitored. They're vaccinated, dewormed, and cuddled into a routine more predictable than a Tokyo train schedule. 6 to 18 months. The teen phase, this is the growth phase, but not the American kind. No bulk feeding, no get big quick diets. The Wagyu teen years are all about balance, a slow, steady build that lays the foundation for that signature marbling. During this time, each animal's weight, digestion, and even mood is recorded. Farmers tweak their feed formulas like chefs adjusting recipes, sometimes even adding tofu byproducts or sake lees to get just the right fat texture point. 18 to 30 months. The marbling mission now comes the final act, the fattening phase. But this isn't stuffing a cow. It's sculpting. Each cow gets a custom daily diet. That's 8 to 10 kilos of premium feed per day, a mix of grains, fiber, and sometimes local ingredients that vary by region. It's expensive, sure, but it's the only way to build that beautiful, even marbling, like veins of creamy white snow running through red velvet. This final stretch takes over a year. Why? Because perfect beef isn't rushed. It's earned. Wagyu farmers aren't rushing anything. They're chasing the holy grail of beef, A5 grade, the highest marbling, flavor, and texture score possible. Raising one Wagyu cow can cost $15,000 to $20,000. And here's the kicker. If it doesn't make the A5 grade, you might lose half of that. It's not farming, it's high-stakes livestock investing. And one bad gene, one illness, or even bad weather can cost thousands. So, with this much effort, no wonder the myth started. Next up, do they really give Wagyu cows beer, massages, and Mozart? You've probably heard the legends. These cows drink beer, listen to Mozart, and get daily massages that would make a spa jealous. Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, it's not entirely false. But it's not the norm either. Let's start with massages. No, there isn't a guy walking around the farm with essential oils and inyo on loop. Massaging can happen, but it's usually more like physical therapy. If a cow lies too long or shows signs of muscle stiffness, farmers will gently rub them down to stimulate circulation. And the beer thing? That's super rare, and honestly, more folklore than fact. A few farmers have tried giving cows a bit of beer during hot summers, thinking it might stimulate appetite. But today, you're way more likely to see cows drinking clean mountain spring water than a pint of acai. Okay, now Mozart. This one, kinda true. Some Wagyu farms do play classical music in the barns, not to make cows smarter, but to keep the environment calm. Just like us, cows can get jumpy, and stress messes with meat quality. Oh no, Wagyu cows aren't living like rock stars. But they are raised with intense care in a low-stress environment, where every detail is optimized for the final result. Buttery, melt-in-your-mouth beef that's earned its price tag. But now that we've cleared the myths, what really makes Kobe beef different from all the other Wagyu in the world? Let's take a closer look. Asterisk. In the early 90s, something unthinkable happened. A few Japanese Wagyu cows were exported overseas. Just a handful. But that tiny leak sparked a global Wagyu arms race. Today, you'll find Wagyu burgers in American diners and Wagyu steaks in Australian steakhouses. But is it really the same as the legendary Kobe beef? Here's the truth. Only Japan tracks every Wagyu cow from birth to slaughter using a national DNA registry. Kobe beef? It goes even deeper, with certified stamps, nose prints, and a 10-digit ID you can trace like a passport. Meanwhile, outside Japan, most Wagyu is actually a cross, often 50% Wagyu, 50% Angus. Tasty? Sure. But it's like comparing a Lamborghini to a sports-tuned Toyota. In 2023 alone, Japan exported over $2 billion worth of Wagyu, and most of it wasn't even Kobe. Demand is booming, but supply? Still tightly controlled. But what if I told you there's a type of Kobe beef even more exclusive? One that's almost impossible to find. Even in Japan? Let's talk about the rarest Wagyu in the world. Just when you thought Kobe beef was the peak of luxury, allow us to introduce the unicorn of the Wagyu world, meat olive Wagyu. A beef so rare, even some Michelin star chefs haven't laid eyes on it. Raised on a remote island and fed a diet of toasted olive pulp left over from oil pressing, these cows are part of a very exclusive club. Olives are rich in antioxidants and oleic acid, and when cows eat them, something magical happens. The fat becomes softer, creamier. It actually melts at a lower temperature than regular Wagyu. The result? A buttery, nutty flavor profile that's impossible to replicate. It's not just meat, it's memory. And with only about 2,000 olive Wagyu cows alive today, tasting it is like finding a four-leaf clover If you're lucky enough to find a certified A5 Olive Wagyu steak, expect to pay $500 to $800 per cut. That is, if you can find one at all. Luxury beef isn't just about price, it's about the story. And Olive Wagyu, it's a once-in-a-lifetime story. You can eat that in a world where luxury sells. The word Kobe gets thrown around more than a football on game day. But here's the thing, most of it isn't real Kobe beef is like a VIP at airport security. It travels with more documentation than most humans. There's even an official group, the Kobe Beef Marketing and Distribution Promotion Association. And if the meat doesn't come with their seal, it's not real Kobe. So next time you're staring at a menu and see the word Kobe outside Japan, just smile, lean in, and say, "That sounds delicious. Can I see the certificate?" Hey, if you're going to pay $300 for a steak, you deserve the paperwork. 2.so, after all the marble scores, luxury diets, and DNA stamps, comes the big question, is it worth it? Let's be real, this isn't just food. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For some, it's like tasting velvet. For others, it's just beef with a fancy name. Behind every $300 steak is a rancher who spent 3 years raising that cow. That there's science, tradition, obsession, and a cultural pride that doesn't translate on a menu. That you're not just paying for meat. You're paying for time, care, and generations of technique passed down like family secrets. Maybe that's the real value of Wagyu. It slows us down. In a world that's obsessed with fast food, it reminds us that not everything rare is just hype. Sometimes it's earned. So tell me, would you ever pay $300 for a steak? Or would you rather visit the ranch, meet the cow, and try it at the source? Would you eat it? Would you raise one? Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this walk through the world of Wagyu. Hit like, share it with a steak lover, and subscribe for more food stories that go deeper than the plate. And yes, oh now it's your turn. Would you ever spend $300 on a steak? Or raise a cow for 3 years, hoping it turns into a luxury item that ends up on someone's plate halfway across the world? Let us know in the comments. We read everyone. And hey, if you want us to visit the Olive Wagyu Ranch next, drop in the comments. This channel dives into the stories behind the world's most fascinating foods, the traditions, the science, and the secrets you won't find on menus. If this made you hungry, curious, or just a little wiser, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and join us for the next deep dive. Coming soon. How Japan makes eggs so clean you can eat them raw. Yep, that's a thing. See you there.